Good morning. So I thought since I have a lot of new subscribers, I would show you kind of how I manage being a raw vegan with 7 kids who eat a standard diet and kind of how my day goes, and I will try to show you a recipe video tonight. So it is that's probably backwards. I woke up at 3:30 and I just gave my baby his medicine. So he's a little fussy. I need to feed him, but I can't feed him till 30 minutes after I give him his medicine. So that's how it usually is. So every morning I start out with this little shot. It's half a teaspoon of ground turmeric and half a teaspoon of ground cayenne pepper, and I drink this down. Want to see how it goes? It's not that, well, it's a little spicy, but I have to have my water ready because I have to rinse it down right away after. Bam. It burns a little, but I'm used to it. And so then I'm also going to do my lemon ginger water real quick and drink that before I feed my baby. So one tip that I have is that's ginger, and I buy it a bunch at once and I peel it and chunk it into my cubes. So all I do is I take 1 cube of ginger, throw it in my blender with my half a lemon or my lemon, put it in my blender, mix it up, add the water, drink it down. All right, so every morning to find balance, I pray and I read my scriptures, and I did that while I was feeding the baby. And it's an hour later, baby's fed, that's done, drink my water, and now it's time to exercise. I exercise every morning, and lately I've been doing booty yoga, which if you haven't tried it, you really should. It is a kick butt workout, seriously. But I just do it downstairs in my house. I project it up on my wall, and we'll do that, and we'll see if I lift some weights after. It just depends on how much energy I have and how much time I have, and we'll go from there. Okay, so do you see my hair? Don't let anyone tell you that yoga's easy, because that was hard. That was a workout, and I don't have enough energy to do weights. I did about an hour and 40 minutes of yoga, so I am done exercising. So the next thing I do is my celery juice. I always have celery washed and ready in the fridge, so I'm just going to grab it, juice it, and I'll go on to my next project I need to do.
How are you? You sweet boy, huh? You ready to eat? Yes. Yes.
All right, so it is now 8 o'clock in the morning, and I ran an errand and I'm back home. And so what I do in the morning before I get really hungry is I prep my breakfast and my lunch so that it's all ready and I don't have to think about it. If I wait, like I do intermittent fasting, so I eat from 10 to 6. And so if I wait until 10 to make my shake, I'm usually like really hungry, and I'll end up eating a couple extra bananas or whatever because I'm really hungry. I'm ravenous, you know. So I make it ahead of time before I'm even hungry, and that way it's really easy to just grab it and go. And usually, because with 7 kids, I am constantly running around. And so usually around 10 o'clock, I have to run somewhere or do something. And so I can just grab, what I do is I make my shakes and I put them in these keg things. They're awesome. And they keep it cold. So I just make it and I keep it on the counter, and it stays cold until I drink it. It's supposed to keep them cold for 24 hours, and I have loved them. So like yesterday, I had to take took someone somewhere. Oh, I had to take my 3-year-old to a couple appointments, and I was gone from like 9:30 until 1. And so I grabbed my 2 bottles and I was fine. Like, it was great and perfect, and I totally stayed raw and ate within my limits and felt great. So that's what I do. So in order to make both shakes, to make it fast, I just set everything out. So I always put chia seed. I put a teaspoon of chia seed in each. This is my Irish moss gel. It's almost gone. I need to make more. And I put just a little bit in each of my shakes. I do 1 banana in each shake, half a pound of spinach in each shake, and then in one shake I'm going to put a few mangoes, and in the other shake I'm going to put a few of this cherry berry blend from Costco. It's got cherries and blueberries and strawberries, and it's really yummy. So, and then I also add about 32 ounces of water with that. All right, so another reason why I do all of this in the morning is because no one's awake yet. But my 5-year-old just woke up, and here, I'll show you. We made a little deal, and I told him that if he fed Damon don't look at mommy, I would make him a smoothie. So he's gonna get a smoothie because he's being a big helper for mommy by feeding the baby.
What smoothie?
That's how you get stuff done, folks. With 7 kids, you get helpers, constant helpers. All right, so since I made the deal with Trevin to get a smoothie. I'm just going to make enough smoothie for all 3 of my boys. All my kids really can get their own breakfast except for the 2 youngest. But if I can make them a smoothie and just have it on the table, then I will, because that's good for them, right? But they don't always get smoothies. They sometimes eat cereal, whatever. I don't stress about it. So if I can make them something healthy, I will. If I can't, I don't worry about it because they can get their own food. Okay, so it's 10:40-ish. I ate my breakfast, got ready, and I have some friends coming over at 11, so that's 20 minutes. So I thought I'm gonna hurry do my recipe video for you guys because I promised you a recipe video. So this is tonight's dinner. It's like a pumpkin red pepper soup. I pictured it up a couple days ago on Instagram, so I will put the picture here. So I'm gonna quick show you what I put in it, how I make it, and then I will show you it again tonight when it's all done. So this is what's in the soup. It is some pumpkin, a red pepper. This is about, I don't know, 2.5 cups of pumpkin, a whole red pepper, a wedge of red onion, about 2 stalks of celery, and I know it's 4, but that's like a whole one cut in half, you know, you get it. So that's 2 stalks of celery. Half a lemon, 1 really big clove of garlic. This is like a really big one. If you have smaller ones, do 2. And then 4 dates and some water, about 3/4 cup water, and then the seasonings are, that's wakame seaweed, which is this stuff right here, in case you don't have it. Wakame seaweed, that's your salty, okay? Some paprika, and then some Mrs. Dash. It's this salt-free tomato, basil, garlic seasoning blend. So really tasty stuff. So all I'm gonna do is this whole thing goes in the blender, and I'm going to put it in the bowl over there and put it in the dehydrator, and then we will garnish it up when it's time to eat. All right, so there it is, it's in the bowl. I'm gonna put a lid on it, like this. I'm just gonna set this in the dehydrator till dinner time, and it is 10:46. So that took me no time at all, and everything's already cleaned up. Okay, so seriously people, like that whole thing to prep it for a picture, take a picture, do a video, it took me less than 15 minutes and I made my dinner. So like really that's way faster than doing any cooked food. So whatever excuse you have or you don't have time to do raw is just ridiculous because I was able to do it and it really was super fast. And then I will have plenty of time. Like all my food is prepped for the day now. It is 10:47 now, 1 minute later. So all my food's prepped. My breakfast is already eaten. My lunch is prepped. My snack is just celery and fruit. I'm probably just gonna do an apple and some celery because that's all I have right now. And then dinner, bam. It's so much easier than you can imagine it being. It really is easy. All right, so there it is. That is dinner done and garnished. I put some walnuts in the middle and then some cherry tomatoes, some sun-dried tomatoes, some green onions, and some dehydrated of those sunned mushrooms. Those are seriously so delicious. You really need to try them. I love them in the soups because it just really adds like a nice chewy, meaty type texture to it. I just really love it. Not that I love meat, but you know what I mean. It just makes it more savory. So the walnuts are for the added fat. You could easily use hemp seed or avocado would be really good as well. I have just been loving the walnuts lately though, so that's why I chose walnuts, but it's in the right ratio to get the 80-10-10 for your macros or for your, you know, carb, protein, fat. And it is slightly thick, and so if you wanted it thinner, you could easily add some more water to it and make it thinner, but I kind of like it thick. You also could add some other garnishments like peppers and just really whatever you wanted to put on it. I just chose what I've been liking lately. So I put the lettuce by because I always eat greens with my dinner, and so I take those lettuce leaves and I scoop it. That's why I like it thicker. It's because I literally scoop it like a chip and dip, and I eat it like that. And if I run out of lettuce, which I won't because I have more lettuce, but I'll even do it with other vegetables, like the red peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers is really tasty. So I hope you guys can try this recipe. Let me know if you do and what you think. And if you'd like more recipe videos, please let me know because it really does take a lot of effort to make. And if you guys don't like them, like, I don't want to take time to do it then. But if it does help you, then I am more than happy to do it. So, oh, and one other thing, on the dehydrator, I kept it at 115. So it was 115 to keep everything raw for, it was many hours that it was in there, probably 4 or more, 5 hours, maybe 6. I don't know. So have a great day, guys. Bye.